Hey guys, well, it's Saturday evening, and we again didn't make it through a whole day without violence. Um, you know, this evening in New Hampshire at a country club, after a wedding, two men dressed all in black came into the reception area. One had a gun, opened fire on the crowd. Thankfully, a member of the wedding reception picked up a chair and smacked him in the back of the head with it. That person saved a whole lot of lives. It knocked him to his knees. He dropped the gun. He picked up the gun, or actually, he didn't pick up the gun. He got up off of his knees though and ran out of the building through the kitchen, yelling what all of the employees are reporting is said to have been "Free Palestine." People, I'm sorry, are y'all so miserable with your own lives that y'all just have to, a wedding is supposed to be, the happiest day of your life, aside from the birth of your children, or if you don't have children, maybe like when you get your PhD degree, all kinds of things, but at no point ever is two men just all in black shooting up the place supposed to be part of it for anyone. And why? We've just gotten into this whole thing of, oh, well, everybody's doing it, so why not? That's what it feels like to me. Because, it doesn't matter what group these people are a part of, are they a part of this group, part of that group? Are they a part of any group at all? Are they just doing it because, hey, it looks like the cool thing to do nowadays? It's ridiculous. One person has been killed. They have not given out the actual number of the other ones who are currently at the hospital receiving treatment, but it was multiple people. They put out a mass casualty alert for it. But it's ridiculous. Why? And I keep seeing people, well, was it a Jewish wedding? Who cares if it was a Jewish wedding? It doesn't matter if it was a Jewish wedding, a Baptist wedding, a Methodist wedding, a Catholic wedding. Who cares what kind of wedding it was? It's not acceptable, and this shouldn't be happening. Okay, now, earlier today, more kids died because excuse me, that snowbird, yeah, she's a little bit crazy right now. We had another set of numbskull parents that can't understand that it's not appropriate to leave your children locked up in a hot car. Children died. I was never, I will be 50 years old in November, and I was never left in a hot car. I never left any of my children in hot cars. None of my children have ever left a child in a hot car. None of my children's friends who have children who have ever left their kids in hot cars. So I'm kind of, where's the damn disconnect? I don't understand. You need to take, number one, a psychological evaluation and a cognitive exam before you leave the hospital with a baby. I truly believe that these days. Heck, from the end of last year through, I think, the middle of the summer, I covered 2 trials that were these were the actual trials where this person had already been arrested, had been charged, had been sitting there waiting on the court hearing. These were actual hearings that I covered, 2 that were for leaving, for different homicide degrees for leaving children in hot cars and which caused their death. Okay, then on top of that, I believe it was 3 more indictments that I covered, that these people have been indicted and they're just sitting in jail waiting on their turn in front of the judge. And then you have poor Emmanuel Harrow, where we don't know what his parents did for him, did to him. We just know that he's gone, you know, because his parents are so stupid that they thought, oh yeah, we'll just do this and we're so smart. We are so much smarter than everybody else. We'll make up this story and everybody will believe it. And so his dumbass mama, with DOT cameras all around the store, because there were major red lights there. Not to mention the fact there was a liquor store across the street that had a lot of cameras, actually caught her standing up, pulling up, opening up her driver's side door, shutting it, going around to the back side, opening that door, and then dropping to the ground. No baby was ever there. No man was ever there. No Ola. I mean, she had people chasing down some poor man, for saying hello in Spanish. She laid there for a few minutes. She got up, and then she went running into the store. Where's my baby? Where's my baby? That's how stupid they are. But yeah, I mean, I'm not understanding this. And then we have CharlieKirk's funeral tomorrow, and people just keep on with that. I'm like, why in the hell should we have to have so much security at someone's funeral? Because I'm going to tell you right now, there is something wrong with you. If you find joy in other people's sorrow, there's something wrong with you. If you cannot find any empathy or sympathy for a grieving young widow and 2 small children, there is something wrong with you. If you don't care about your kids enough that it's more important for you to quickly get into the store and get what you need to get done, because that instant gratification for you is more important, and taking them out of the car seats and putting them in a stroller, I mean, that's just too much to do, right? Something's wrong with you. If you think that it's totally okay to go shoot up somebody's wedding, to take people's lives, something is wrong with you. Because in all those cases, you don't have sympathy or empathy. You got sociopathic tendencies, possibly psychopathic tendencies, and it's more like, it's beginning to look like we have a nation full of them. Like, I don't care what group you belong to. I don't care what religion you practice. I don't care what color you are or ethnicity you are or any other way that you identify yourself along with other people. And see, that's the whole problem, is that people think that they have to be a part of a group to fit in with society. That's the whole problem. Okay? Guess what? You don't actually have to fit in with a group of people to be a productive member of society. You don't. You could, if you actually would be normal, you would get a lot more out of life. I know a lot of other people, and I know for sure that a lot of people around you would get more out of theirs too. I mean, it is getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. Today, the WWE wrestling thing, and my 14-year-old's here, and I'm like, great, gonna have, wrestling, and it's gonna be a great night, fun night, and no, that can't happen, can it? Does anybody understand how hard it is to repeatedly, day after day after day, have to continue to try to make your child believe that there are good people in the world because they don't believe that there are good people in the world anymore? And so every day I find myself, having this conversation of, well, just because there are other people that might say those things, or there are other people that might do those things, we don't say those things. We don't do those things. You have friends that don't say those things, and you have friends that don't do those things, but it's becoming, I mean, seriously, do you understand how hard that is? on a daily basis, to have to reiterate over and over and over again all the good things, and the good things are getting harder and harder to find, and much less trying to make them actually believe that our country has more good people in it than it does bad, because that's not what my kids seen at all. It's not what I'm seeing at all. I never in okay, like I said, I will be 50 in November. Okay, November. Um, I've never seen violence like this. It's terrifying. It is terrifying. I'm a single mother. I like to take walks with my 14-year-old son. As I said before, some of the work that I do doesn't always, my home address has been doxed to people, all my information. But I like to take walks with my 14-year-old son, but I've had to stop doing that. Why? Because over the last 2 weeks, within 100 yards of where you turn off of the main road into our we live in a little tiny neighborhood that if you didn't know it was here, you wouldn't know it existed. But on the main road up there, the road that we walk on the sidewalk, we'll walk up to the gas station and get slushies. There's a Sonic up there. We'll walk across the street to Winn-Dixie and pick up things. It's good exercise. It's good me and him time. But I've had to stop doing that. Why? Because women keep getting killed, like between 100 yards and 300 yards, right up there. People are killing women, and not just women. I mean, for me, that's what I gravitate to, because I'm single. I'm a single woman, right? But no, I mean, there's been more than that. We had a football game in our area, not in the town that I live in, but in like a town within 20 miles of my town. They literally had to cancel the football game last night. Why, do you ask? Because someone was shot and killed in the parking lot of the stadium. I mean, but I'm going to keep reporting on it, and I'm going to keep talking about it. And I'm going to keep talking about how, we've got to get our crap together here as a country, and how we've got to get everything, taken care of. We need better insurance, stuff with our insurance. The mental health care is crap here. That needs to be completely revamped. And the biggest thing too is, we need to start treating people like they're humans. Okay. I mean, I don't get it. I wasn't raised this way. I don't understand it. I'm very agitated tonight. But anyway, that's Snowbird. Can't find, she just left me in the living room. So she walked to my bedroom, but I'm not in the bedroom. And so she's in my bedroom calling me because I'm not in the bedroom. She is by far the loudest, most verbal cat I have ever owned in my life. Like I have, the two, the two little, we call them the boys, and they're my tuxedo cats, black and white tuxedo cats. And they have moved out to the garage because they're terrified of her. I mean, they are terrified of her. Like, she'll go nuts on them. She'll go nuts on the dog. My dog is huge. My dog weighs 150 pounds. And if he sees her tail flip up, that's it. No, if I'm laying down on my bed, like doing something, that dog will sit on my chest. He's terrified of her. I mean, she's vocal and just woo. She takes care of business. But anyway, yeah. Anybody got any ideas? Anybody got any ideas? Because I'm running out of them. Other than we just keep talking. like I always say, change doesn't happen when we keep our mouths shut. And, you know, that seems like a lot of what the problem is here is that, well, I'm not even going to say that, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with people. I mean, I don't, because I just, like I said, I ain't never in my life seen this kind of thing. I haven't. Um, we just didn't have it, not where I live anyway. And I live in Alabama. So like we get along here. I mean, people for some reason think, oh, it's the armpit of the South. Yeah, no, we actually all get along here. I mean, have you actually heard of anything happening here during all this? No, you haven't. You know why? Because we all actually get along and we respect each other and we love each other, and that's the way it is here. So. But yeah, you don't have to be a part of a group to be accepted in society. I think that's a huge thing too. Acceptance. I mean, acceptance for some reason right now is huge. Like people want to be accepted, but if you don't do things that encourage people to accept you, then you have a problem. We all apparently we all have a problem. All right, guys. Like I had to get on here and just because I knew that I was not going to be able to go to sleep. Like if I didn't get some of this out of me. And I actually think that I'm fixing to go out in the yard and like take the dog out for like, his little nightly um zoomy run before we go to bed. And I may walk around in the front yard with him while he's doing that. I don't know. So, all right, guys. Y'all have fun. Please, like I don't know how to tell you to be safe because apparently no place is safe anymore. I mean, I'm sure that these people who went to this wedding tonight thought that they were going to be safe, and the people that were, if they didn't attend the wedding, but they still were at the reception, whatever, I'm sure that they thought they were going to be safe, but they weren't. So, just be as safe as you can, and always know that you're loved. And I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Okay? Like, subscribe, and share. Love you guys. Good night.